He asks you to solve this. Yeah, easy. There is no signs here, no plus equal, which very easy is this part. So we're going to make a cross multiplication like this. And just here, we say that is the 3 would be here multiplying by the 4x minus 3, 4x minus 3. Then we equalize it here with the 5 multiplying by 7 minus 2x. 7 minus 2x, we're going to multiply it by 5. Yeah. So we say here the 7 minus 2x multiplying by the 5 here. Then we are going to expand now the brackets, then merge the x's together. And expand the bracket. So this will be multiplying by 3, and this also multiplying by 3. So here we have a 12x minus 9. Then we equalize it here with 35 minus 10x. So here it will be 35 minus 10x. And now it's time to merge the x's. I recommend to get the negative and put it with the positive here. So now we can say that is here we have plus 10x. So here we kick it and get the 9 there. So here it will be 22x equal to 35 plus 9. 35 plus 9, which equal to 44. To 44. And now we can divide it by 2, by 22 here, just to kick this. So the x now will be equal to, the x here will be equal to 2. 44 divided by 2, 22 is equal to 2. Easy question. And here is this, the region, here question number 13. Yeah. In this question, we have this inequality lines, and he needs you to get the inequalities here. So this question number 13, we need to get here the region R here. So we have this R is around 3 lines. The first line here, which is the X here, we can say that is the X is more because we need to move to the right. So we say that is the X, the first equation, the X is more than or equal to 3. Which is clear that we have to move to the right. The second line here, we can take, which is a linear one, these 2 points, and get the slope, which will be the y equal to mx plus c. As for the m here, it will be equal to, here we have the point here, 4 and 0. And this point is 2, 0 and 2, 0 and 2. So we say that is the slope here will be 0 minus 2, 0 minus 2 over 2, 4 x2 minus the x1, 4 minus 0, which equal to negative half. So negative half x plus c. And now it's time to get the value of c. It's time to get the value of c. So I'm going to kick the y and the x and put maybe 0 and 2 is easier. So we can say, take this away and put instead of it 0. And this we're going to put instead of it 2. So we can say here that is 0 multiplying by negative half, which equal, we can kick it, is equal to 2. So the c now is equal to 2. And now it's time to write this equation, which will be here, this line, which will be also more than. So we can say that is the y is more than or equal. We just kick Here we have the equation y equal to negative half x plus 2. So we kick the equal this and we say, because it's an inequality, it's more than it is moving to the right here, up, okay? So we say negative half x plus 2, and we get the second equation. The third equation, we can get it from this line, which we have a negative 0 and negative 1, 0 and negative 1 as a point, and another point we can say here, for example, let's take the 1 here and 0, 1 and 0. So we get also y equal to mx plus c because it's linear. Okay, and here we need to get the value of the slope. So we say 0 minus 1, 0 minus negative 1 over 1 minus 0, which equal to 1. So now the y is equal to x plus c because the slope is 1. So here we can say that is the value of c, we can substitute it here with 0 and 1 at this point, 1 and 0. So the y here is equal to 0 and the x here is equal to 1. So the c is equal to negative 1. And the value here of this equation, which can say the y here is equal to x minus 1. Okay, so we can say that is a y. Here it will be less than, because it's moving down here. Just to move to r, we are getting down. We are getting down like this. So we say the y is less than here x minus 1. We get the 5 marks easily. Yeah, let's move to question number 14 here. Question number 14 here, we say that the two bottles are mathematically similar. So this is a similar question. Put in your mind a similar rule. The large bottle has a capacity, so he's talking about to the power of 3, 1.335 liters, and a height in the edge, okay, edge of 24 centimeter. The smaller bottle has a capacity of 0.4. So he gave you two edges, 2 liters, 2 capacitors, 2 volumes, and 1 height, okay? And calculate the height. We are going to make it by the rule of the similar here. So we have a merging, that is, we have the volume 1 over volume 2 equal to k cubic. And remember, that is height 1 over height 2 is equal to height 1 over height 2 equal, here we have height 1 over height 2 equal to k. So we are going to get the value of k and get height 2. Okay, so volume 1, which here we can equalize it here by, here we have 1.35, okay, over 0.4. So we can get the cubic root of it, the cubic root here. Okay, now will be equal to the cubic root of 1.35 over 0.4. It's equal to 1.5. So we get it here and solve this. We say here, this is the 24 over the height he needed, height 2, is equal to 1.5. So height 2 is equal to 24 dividing by 1.5 here. Here would be equal to, on your calc, 16 centimeter. Just you have to know that you have to merge the rules, the rule of the volume rule with the height, as they are joining in the K here. Both are joining with the K here. Okay, let's move to the next question, number 15. Here, functions question. He gave you that the f of x here is equal to f of x is equal to 10 minus 2x, and the gx is equal to 2x plus 3, which here we have to say that the domain -2, 0, and 3. So he needs you to find here the range here. He needs you to find the range. So the range here, it would be equal to, we're going to kick the x and put instead of it 10 minus 2 multiplying by 1. We're going to put it -2. So 2 minus 0 multiplied by 0, which equal to 0. So 10 minus 0 is equal to 10, and that is the second number in the set. The third one, we're going to kick it and put in instead of it 3. So here we're going to say here is 3. So it will be -6 here. So 10 minus 6 here, which will be equal to 4. And we get the 2 marks. Okay, here the inverse function of the f. And that is my favorite question. Easily, we just kick this f of x and write instead of it y. So we say y equal to 10 minus 2x. 10 minus 2x. Then we're going to switch the places of the x and the y. Instead of x here, we are going to write y, and instead of y, we're going to write x. So here will be y instead of the x, and here will be x. And now we'll make the y as a subject. To make the y as a subject, I don't like to keep it in a negative sign, so I put it here 2y and get the x here, which will make it 10 minus x. And now we can divide it by 2 and get the inverse function, or the tricky y, as I always said. So the inverse function now is equal to 10 minus x over 2, and we get another 2 marks from these functions. Okay, let's collect more marks from this exam. It has yeah, sometimes I think it's so easy, but this easiest maybe the students haven't take enough practice on this easiest part. Okay, here is normal f of x. So we started from f of x here. So we put the f inside the g. We put the f inside the g. So we say here 2 multiplying by 10 minus 2x plus 3. So we say that g f of x is equal to, here we're going to take the g, which is here, is like here. And we're going to kick this x squared of the g and put instead of it 10 minus 2x. So we're going to put the 10 minus 2x here inside 10 minus 2x squared, which is multiplied by 2. Then we add 3, and we're going to solve this as a normal function here. So we say here, as an order of operation, we have to get the squared first. So the first number will be 100, and the -2 squared will be positive 4x squared, -2x squared. Okay, then the first multiplied by the second multiplied by 2, which is negative 40x. Don't forget this, all these numbers is multiplying by 2 from the outside bracket here. So all of this as you multiplying by 2, then after multiplying we add 3 to the numbers here. So here it will be 200, and here is minus 40 minus 80 minus 80x, and plus 8x squared plus 3. Now I'm going to take this 3 and add it to the 200 here. So, and we are going to organize it with the x squared first, minus 8tx here, then plus 203, and we get it in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c as he needed here. So 3 marks. Easy. Okay, here he gave it to you the hx equal to 10 to the power of 2 over x, where x is equal to 0. Find the inverse, which equal to 10,000 here. So in this question, he told you that is, yeah, 10 to the power of 2x is equal to h of x. Find the h of 10,000. So you can say here the h of x here, or the inverse here, we can make it like same basis here. So it will be equal to 10 to the power of 4, which we can say that is equal to x here. So we say that is h of x here is equal to 10 to the power of 4 equal to 10 to the power of 2 over x. Same basis, same power. So 4 now is equal to 2 over x. So the 4x is equal to 2. And now we get the value of x here. So we say here that is the x will be equal to 2 over 4, which equal to half. Okay, or 0.5 for 1 mark. So we should get it this question. Secondly, here, question number 16. Question number 16. If you the temperature T of liquid is given by the formula T is multiplying ABX, T 80 at 2 p.m. temperature was 80, and T is 20 at 2:30. Okay, and find the value of A and the value of B, so we can solve it here. Yeah, he gave you that is at after 2 p.m. here. He said to you that's after 2 p.m. we can start. So x at 2 is equal to 0. And at 2:30, x is equal to 30. Okay, so for now we can say that is we can get two equations. That is a t here is equal to t is equal to 80 when x equal to 0. So I can say that's 80 will be equal to a multiplying by b to the power of 0, which equal to a multiplying by 1. Anything to the power of 0 is equal to 1. So the a now is equal to 80. As we get here, the 80 here, so we can say here the a is equal to 80. We can get the value of b when t equal to 20. here. The A is 80 and the X is equal to 30 here, equal to 30. So here is we can get it here. 20 dividing by 30 is 2 over 3. 20 dividing by 80, sorry, 20 dividing by 80 here. Okay. So here we have 1 over 4 is equal to b to the power of 30. Now we need to kick this power, so we make it inverse, multiplying by 1 over 3. So we raise the power 1 over 3 in both sides, 1 over 30. So here will be also 1 over 30. So the b now is equal to 1/4 over the power 1 over 30, which on your calc here it gave you 0.95484. So we can write 0.595, 0.95484. So we can say here 0.955. We can write it like 0.955. And we get this remark. Easy. Okay. But this is from the first time he get question like this in the campus. It's easy. And here is a curve question. A curve has an equation y equal x cubic minus 5 over 2x squared plus 3. Find the gradient of the curve at x equal to 1.5. Yes, easy question. We just get the derivative, which is the gradient of the curve. And we put, instead of x, we put it 1.5 and get the value here. It will be 2. We get the power down, minus 1 from the power here. So 3x squared. 3x squared minus 2 multiplying by 5 over 2, which is equal to minus 5. Take 1 from the power, minus 5x, and plus 3 is equal to 0. So now we kick this x and put it instead of it on your calc 3 multiplying by 1.5 squared. You put it instead of x 1.5. Very direct question. Minus 5 multiplying by 1.5 also. Just to get the gradient at here 1.5. And you put it in your calc, which here equal to negative 0.75. And we get the 3 marks here. Easy question. Okay, the next. Here we have a table, and this table, this question number 18, it shows an information about the time of each 90 trains is delayed. Okay, 10 minutes, from 0 to 10 minutes, there is 13 trains has been delayed, and from 10 to 30 minutes, there is 35 trains, and from 30 to 45, there are 36 trains, and from 45 to 75, there is 6 trains. Calculate and estimate mean, which we have to get the median parts here. So we get it here 5, 20, 7.5, and here is 60. Then we multiply it by the frequency, dividing by the 90. So we can say here 5 multiplying by 13. So here 5 multiplying by 13 plus 20 multiplying by 35 plus 37.5 multiplying by 36. And here the 60 multiplying by the 6, and all of these numbers are going to divide them by the total of 90 and put these numbers on your calc. You get 4 marks easily. Okay, let's get it. Get a total of 247 over 90, which equal to 27.5 minutes. And for a logic answer, you have to get a numbers in between the numbers, not 105, because there is no 100 minutes and not like 4 minutes. It has to be a medium number from these minutes, okay? Just to get it logic and revise your answers here. In question number B, here a histogram is drawn. Shows the information in the table. The height of the borer in the interval 10 to 30 is 14 centimeter. Calculate the height of the bore for each of the other interval from 0 to 10 and from 30 to 45 and from 45 to 75 here. So we have to get it here from this board. We have here is 20 in between. So we need to get the frequency density here. So the f of d here will be equal to the from 10 to 30, which will be the frequency over the class interval, which is 20. So we say the 35 over 20 will be equal to, on your calc, 1.75. Then we need the multiplying factor here. So we take the height, which is the 14, dividing by 1.75 here, which equal to 8. And that is a multiplying factor. So the height of the first one from 0 to 10, we get the frequency density. First, we get it, we have a 10 as a class interval. And here we have 13 as a frequency. So 13 over 10 multiplying by 8, this will be for H1. And for H2, or the height 2, will be equal to the class interval here is equal to 15. So dividing by 15, and the frequency here from 10, from 30 to 45, from 30 to 45 here, it is 36. It is 36, so we get it 36 over 15 multiplying by 8. As for the last ones, S3, or the height of the third one here, which would be equal to the frequency density, which was 6 over the class interval here, 45 to 75, which is equal to 30, multiplying by 8. And on our calc, we're going to calc this. So the first height here, which will be equal to 10.4 here as first height, 10.4, and between 30 and 45. We get it here equal to 19.2. 19.2. As for the last one here, 6 over 30 multiplying by 8, which equal to 1.6. And we get the 3 marks, you know. Yeah. Okay, let's see the next. The next, see here, 2 of the trains with delay of more than 30 minutes are chosen randomly. Find the probability that just one of these trains is delayed 45 minutes or less. Many trains? How many trains more than 30 minutes here? more than 30 minutes, we have the frequency of 36 plus 6, 36 plus 6, which are 42 trains. 42 trains for more than 30 minutes here. So we say here 42 over 42. So we say 36 and 6. We have 36 and we have 6. So here we say the 6 over the 42, the 6 which is more than 45, 6 over 42, then is 6 over the 42 multiplying by here 35 over 41 here as for this probability, and here 36 without replacement here one of these trains plus here the 36 over the 42 plus 6 over 41 multiplying by 6 over 41 multiplying by 6 over the 41, and now so the final answer here on our calc will be 432 over 1722, which would be equal to 0.251, and we get the 3 marks. Let's see the next here, vectors, question vectors. Okay, so here in these vectors we have, it's like a hexagonal. Here is a hexagon. O is the starting point, OA, which is this OA. Okay. The OA is equal to P, this direction. And the AB here is equal to Q in this direction. And the AB is like this, is equal to Q. In terms of P and Q, get the DE. So this will be the DE, which moving like this. You need the DE like this. So the DE, because it's a regular hexagon, would be inverse of the AB, which is equal to negative AB. So we say that is the DE vector here would be equal to negative AB vector. So it is equal to negative Q. And we get a 1 mark here. For the second one here, he needs a BE here. The BE. So this is the BE, this one. And it moves like this. So it's B. We need to move to E. So we have the BE here, which will be equal to this OA. Okay. You remember here is P, and here is also P, and this is P. All this in the same direction like the OA. Okay. And for this would be Q, and this is another Q, because this is parallel here. And this in this direction also is a Q. Okay. So these are Q's. And these are B. For the BE here, the BE, it would be equal to the inverse direction, which is it's equal to negative 2p. Negative 2p. Okay, and we get another mark from these vectors. The OE here, OE here, which would be equal to this OE, which equals this CP. Okay, so we can say here it's equal to for example, we have to get this point. We have to get this point. So we can say this is equal to OX plus O plus XE. So it would be equal to OX here. So the OE would be equal to OX vector plus the XE vector, the XE vector. As for this is equal to Q, and for this is equal to negative P. So it's equal to Q minus P, and that is for the OE vector is equal to Q minus P, because it has 2 marks, okay? Next here, he gave you OB and DC are extended at G. So you're going to extend the OB and the DC. Well, he needs you here to extend it like this. So we can say here, the OB, we extend it outside here. And the DC, we also extend it just to get inside it here, the point G, okay? He told you here, it will find the point G. So here is G. Okay, so find in terms of P and Q. طيب OB here, the OB vector will be equal to P OA plus AB. OB will be P plus Q. Okay, plus Q. And the OG here is double. OG is 2 from is 2 OB. Okay, so the position vector here, it will be equal to 2P plus 2Q. Did you get it? Yeah. The next here, question number 20. So here we have a triangle ABC, and he needs you to calc the area of the triangle ABC here, which we have this these pores, and we have an angle in between, so we use the sine rule easily. So we can say here that is, we're going to use the sine rule, 450 half multiplying by 450 multiplying by 600 multiplying by sine 57, which is clear direction. On your calc, you get the area here. You can use your calc and get the area here. So we solve it here. $11,320.52 meters. Okay, show that the angle CAD is equal to 85, correct, to 1 dp, 85.8. Okay, so here we have this angle is 34, and we have this side is 290 here. So here we can get it here. Here we can get it this angle, for example x, we can get it this by the sine rule. So we can say sine x over 450 equal to sine 34 over 290. Sine 34 over 290. Then we get the value of x on our calc. So shift sine x on our calc will be equal to 450 sine 34, 450 sine 34 dividing by 290. Dividing by 290 will give us here on our calc left sine 0.8677, 60 point, I can say 19. Okay, 19, 2 dp. Okay, then we get it 180. We get the value of this angle minus angle. Here's this angle he needed, CAD. You can say CAD will be equal to 180 minus here minus 60.19 and also minus the 34, minus the 34, which equal to 85.8 as equal 1 dp, and we get a full mark from